Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to the second episode of the Hamburger career mode here on the channel. We're getting straight back into things. The first thing you could see just a moment ago was us ending transfer deadline day. We didn't sign anybody, we're deciding to leave our budget for a little while longer, but I think we'll make a signing in tomorrow's episode, so stay tuned for that. For now, we're playing 4 games, the first of which is against Hannover 96, a team that were recently relegated from the Bundesliga as well. I think they actually went down the same time as Hamburger SV 2 seasons ago. Now we got to a promising start, Maximum Meyer smashing the ball over the bar early on after around 3 minutes, but we kept on going. After about 9 minutes we get a corner, it's cleared, but Meyer picks up on the edge of the area, a lovely bit of skill, gets past his opponent and smashes it into the top of the net, which puts us 1-0 up, and we kept going after that. Another ball into Meyer, who this time drags his shot just wide, and in the 30th minute, the live ball running down the wing, finding Meyer for the third time, but this time he's really close to the goalkeeper and was unable to slot it past him. We do get one more opportunity before the half-time break, finding Hendricks, who finds Judzak, who finds Harnik, puts it back into Judzak, who tried to spread across the Meyer, but a brilliant interception by the Hanover defender across the sideline means that we're unable to add to our lead. In fact, Hamburger find themselves going through in the 43rd minute, finding a former Hamburger player after a lovely bit of combination play, Denis Zaogo, who takes time to compose himself and smashes the ball past my goalkeeper. And after all those chances in the first half, we actually go into half time at 1-1. And we start the second half with another chance for Meyer, who again unable to finish. Now, that made me quite nervous, so I was quite happy when Meyer through just a couple of minutes later. We were able to spread the ball across the Kittel, who puts us in for 2-1. But this was a really tight game, and we found it difficult to finish our chances. So it stayed 2-1 for a very long time, all the way up until the 92nd minute when Meyer's through, gets past his man, shoots, it's blocked, shoots, it's saved. But that does finish off the game, and we do manage to get a narrow 2-1 victory against Hannover 96, who I think will be up there towards the end of the season fighting for the promotion places. So I'm quite happy to get the win, but disappointed with my team's quality of finishing, because we really should have put that game beyond doubt, as you'll be able to see in the post-match interview that I decided to include. I believe we still got the win, but we have to put our chances away against top opposition like this, because they will stay in the game like this, and they were quite good on the front foot when they actually got there. So we have to finish these games off more quickly. However, it's time to move on now. Interview is over and we're getting into training. We're still training Henrichs, Dahoud and Meyer. They're doing quite well. I think they're up by around 2 overall each now, maybe 1 or 2. So doing quite well in training, and we're developing them along the list. I'm hoping to get them up to around 80 or 81 by the January transfer window, by which time we might have to start switching between more players and create some more diverse groups to spread across the growth, so we can build an actual team as opposed to having 3 or 4 star players. Now the next game we're going to play is against St. Pauli, which of course is the Hamburg City derby. So not just 3 points aligned, but also the bragging rights for half a season, which is also extremely important. So I decided a pre-match conference was in order, which covered very much the same topics as in the post-match conference just a moment ago. Basically, the journalists are asking about our unbeaten start of the season, whether we can maintain that toward the end of the season, and whether we can maintain it for the time being. I think that we certainly can, and that we can use tight matches like the ones against Hannover 96 just a moment ago to keep on improving and keep our momentum going. With all that said, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the actual game. We get to another bright start. 6 minutes in, Harnik with an opportunity puts a lot of power behind it, but also drags it via the post. It was then St. Pauli's turn to go on the attack. Sabota finding Chachi, who just about gets his shot wide. And just a couple minutes later, it's that same combination. Knoll finding Sabota down the wing, or turn Henrich quite easily, find another cross into the area the striker again, this time heading just over. So St. Pauli with their fair share of chances. So we had to respond, and we did. Harnik turns his man, tries to shoot, is taken down in the box, and we get a penalty. Now, as you'll see throughout this series, I am not the greatest at penalties. I do struggle, particularly against the CPU. So I try to be clever and smash it all the way into the top corner, but Maya doesn't get enough power behind it, so it just goes about halfway, which is the ideal height for the St. Pauli goalkeeper to make a save, which is what he does, and we stay at 0-0. However, we do get a corner. It's headed out, but only as far as Mayo, who does pick up, finds the hood, and we're trying to find some space. But as you can see, St. Pauli had a lot of men back, and this was not just at set pieces, but just in general, they were defending quite deep. So we found it hard to break through using our normal passing play. So I decided just to go through with the hood and just run, turn back, go for quite a speculative shot, I thought, but it does nestle nicely into that bottom corner, and we're 1-0 up after a lot of hard work. Just a couple minutes later, Mayer does a similar thing actually. He turns back, finds the striker, who plays it back into him. Mayer with the shot, again it settles into that bottom corner, and with a couple of minutes we've actually turned a very tough game into our favour, and we're 2-0 up quite comfortably. Harnik finding Mayer again. Mayer just about gets the turn, finds Harnik, who takes the first time shot. It's very powerful, but it's also a good save from the St. Pauli goalkeeper. We restricted St. Pauli to quite a lot of long balls, lumping the ball forward into that striker who gets his third big opportunity of the game, but again he's unable to capitalise. He drags his shot wide, and we stay 2-0 up. After the break, we continued in very much the same way, on the attack, on the front foot, wary of St. Pauli's counter-attacking threat, but really on the front foot, and we find Kittel with a lovely over-top through ball. He tries to go for the shot, but is taken down, and we get our second penalty of the game. Can we do better this time? Well, to be fair, I actually do worse. I drag the marker wide of the post, but Mayer does manage to actually get it inside the post, and we do go 3-0 up. And in the 77th minute, we find Jutep through. We'll try to spread across the Kittel. It's deflected onto the post, and we're unable to capitalise. Staying at 3-0. Get one more opportunity here with the hood finessing the ball. It just goes just over the top of the bar. But we do pick up a very important derby win, which makes it 2 from 2 in today's episode and 6 wins in total, which was very, very good. We then up against a opposition whose name I'm not going to pronounce. If you know how to pronounce that name, please do let me know in the comments below. My German is quite good, but it's not that good. And I didn't really know this club before going into this game. So, yeah, be interested to know how you actually pronounce that. But in the 33rd minute, we actually found it hard to break them out at first. But once we found a way through, this game made me question whether I had to up the difficulty and whether maybe world class is too easy for me. Because we're just finding it very, very easy to break down the defence. Just a couple minutes after their goal, we find Harnik with a lovely pass, to be fair, who smashes the near post, and it's 2-0. And before the break, we're actually able to make it 3-0 here with Henriks finding Harnik again, who smashes it high into the net, and within, I think, 15 in-game minutes, we made it 3-0. However, my opposition did actually have chances, and early on in the second half, they really should have got back into the game with Nazarov, but it's a brilliant save for my goalkeeper, who keeps our 3-goal lead. And actually, in the 59th to 60th minute, we're actually able to add to that with a bit of a weird finesse from Mayer. Surely you'd expect him to go with his other foot there. He didn't, but it's in, so no complaint from me. And then we get a pretty boring goal, I suppose, with Harnik scoring from a header from a corner, which is quite rare, I think, on this game. So I suppose still impressive. Opposition with another chance here. It's a good first save, and it's a good follow-up save as well. Still keeping that clean sheet. In the 73rd minute, even at 5-0, we kept pushing. It's Juzak who wanted to give Harnik that hat-trick, so he was looking for the sweaty. It opened up. He just about managed to still get there because I was actually playing him behind him, but he does get a goal and we win 6-0. So that made me question, is world class difficulty too easy? Are we going to win every single game? Should I up the difficulty to legendary? Well, this game put me firmly back with my 2 feet on the ground. Very tough game against SV Jan Regensburg. They cause me all sorts of problems. You can see they do what we usually do. It's a 3rd minute, it's very early in the game. They're on the attack, lovely attacking play into the striker, who smashed into the far post, and they're up pretty much straight away. And they kept pushing. But we decided we have to do something. We're not going to lose against Israel Young Eagles, surely. So a lovely free roll from the Hood into Meyer, and we're actually going for the sweaty here because we have to get back into this game. Into Harnik, who smashes it in, and we're back level. Very eventful game. We kept on going. 21st minute this time. Fine. Finding Harnik, finding Meyer, who takes a shot. It's a good save. And it stays level. We then went on another attack with Meyer, Harnik into Kittel. I thought it might have been offside, but I wasn't, and I go for the shot. And Kittel drags it wide. I was very disappointed with him missing that because I think Kittel has a 5-star weak foot and quite good shooting stats. So whatever foot he actually is, I'm not sure, he should be able to finish that. Meyer with another chance, just about gets it over. So we're failing to actually go into the lead. And when you miss opportunities, you just know that your opposition is going to get their chances as well. As you can see here, a very, very, very narrow miss there. And that was a very scary moment, but it was indicative of how Regensburg were playing without any fear, without any sort of, overly large degree of respect. They get an opportunity here. It's a very good cross. The header is just wide, and they get opportunities to go into lead themselves. But it was actually us who were going to go into lead. Another sweaty goal from Meyer into Harnik puts us 2-1 up, and we are where we want to be. We're up against in a very, very tough game against much tougher opposition than I initially thought they would be. But like I said, Ringbus did not give up, and it's a poor bit of defending here from Henriks. To be fair, that is my fault, trying to clear it in a fancy way, trying to play out from the back, not looking around passing. They shredded across like I was doing against them, to be fair, and they get back into the game, 2-2. Now it's about trying to get back into this lead, but we're not actually on the attack. It's Regensburg on the attack. We find Lies, and it's a good finish. It's a good finish. Maybe my goalkeeper went down to the ground a bit too quickly, but you can't fault the attacker there, and you just have to respect where Regensburg approached this game against top of the pile Hamburger as well, who are unbeaten up until then. They play very well, but because we're top of the pile, because we're playing with confidence, we're able to get back into the game with Meyer. A lovely, lovely finish high into the net, and I thought that was going to be us set up to go for this game, but another mistake from Henriks cost us dearly, as the goalkeeper, to be fair, makes a good save, but it falls straight back to the attacker in classic FIFA 20 fashion, and we lose the game. We lose against Regensburg, and that has pretty much convinced me that maybe world-class difficulty is just about right. Now, I am going to have to monitor this in the next episode. If I still find it too easy, I might just up it for legend, because I do like a challenge, and I do much prefer this game, although we've lost 4-3, to those 6-0 wins. So if that is what I'm going to get, if I up it to legendary, then I definitely will consider doing that, because I do still want to have this challenging. Having said all that, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please comment down below, smash your like, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you for another episode very soon. Goodbye.